students, the sun rays falling from the sun are always straight and parallel to each other. And we all know that the earth is having spherical shape and the surface is curvature, means like a curve. Okay, because of this the sunlight occupies larger or lesser area on the earth. Okay, and this leads to unequal distribution of the sun rays or unequal distribution of the temperature. This results in decreasing temperature from the equator to the north and south pole. You can see it in the figure. As we from the equator to the pole, if we are moving, okay, as we move from the equator to the poles, the temperature goes on decreasing. And based on this distribution of temperature, the earth is divided into torrid zone, temperate zone and frigid zone. Okay, see children, the torrid zone is from 0 degree, okay, you can see it in the center, to 23 degree 30 minutes north and south. They have written half in the diagram, but in textbook you can see it is 23 degree 30 minutes. How to read that? 23 degree 30 minutes north and south. Torrid zone, where sun rays are perpendicular, so there is more heat. Okay, now from 23 degree 30 minutes north and south to 66 degree 30 minutes north and south, we are having temperate zone, yeah, where the sun rays are slant. Okay, so there is little less heat. Okay, now from 66 degree 30 minutes north and south to 90 degree north and south, we are having frigid zone, where the sun rays are very slanting or extremely slanting. So temperature is cold there. Okay, we can write in this way the thermal zones, that is torrid zone, temperate zone and frigid zone, or we can write as tropical zone, temperate zone and polar zone. Okay, so tropical means more heat, temperate means medium heat and polar means cold. Okay, so these are the division of earth based on the temperature. So the main factor influencing the distribution of temperature is latitudes of parallels. So now we will see the other factors which will lead to diversity in the climate of different regions. Okay, so they are altitude. Altitude means the height above the mean sea level. Yeah, means as we climb the mountains the temperature changes. Next is continentality, means the interior part of any of the continents you all know. Yeah, so that interior temperature is different. Next is physical setup, means the size, shape, whether there are mountains, plains, deserts, so that is also important. Next, ocean currents. Yes, and next that is the nearness to the sea, whether that region is close to the sea or away from the sea. So this also factors lead to the change in the climate. So the other factors like cloud cover, yeah, so that humidity, like winds, vegetation cover, urbanization means converting that area to urban area, means more developed. Okay, industrialization, this factor also influence the local climate. Means if you will see in village the climate is very pleasant, but in the cities how the climate is? The climate is different, no? Polluted climate we are having, or hotness is more, heat is more, but in village it is cool climate. So that is the difference. Okay, so now can you tell how will the rays fall between 0 degree 23 and 23 degree 30 minutes north and south? Yes, they will be perpendicular. 23 degree 30 minutes and 66 degree 30 minutes north and south. How the rays will be? Yes, they will be slanting. And how will the rays be from 66 degree 30 minutes and 90 degree north and south? Yes, the rays will be extremely slanting.
Use Use your brain and answer my question. Tell me, to understand the climate of a region, its latitudinal extent is more useful than longitudinal extent. Is this statement true or false? And why? This statement is true. The axis of the Earth is tilted at 23 degrees 30 minutes. Due to this, the sun rays fall unevenly on the latitudes. Depending on the duration and intensity of the sun rays, various temperature zones are created on the Earth. This affects the elements of weather like air pressure, humidity, wind, temperature, etc. of a place, and thus affecting the climate there. Therefore, in order to understand the climate of any region, its latitudinal extent is more useful than the longitudinal extent.
So now we'll perform an experiment to see that there is a difference in the heating and cooling of land and water. So first we have to take 2 pots of the same size. So now we have to fill this pot with the same amount of water. So now keep one pot inside the house where you get the sunlight and one pot outside the house. So we have to take care that this pot remain in the sun constantly, means continuously they should be in the sun. So in the afternoon, walk barefoot in the house and measure the or feel the temperature and even note it down. We have to perform the same activity outside the house. Walk barefoot and feel the temperature of the water and note it down. So this will be the observations of both of them. Okay. So now repeat the same activity with the land and water in the evening and note down the observation. So this will be your observation at the evening. Okay. So now we'll study the observations. Okay. So first we will study about what had happened inside. Okay. So this is the inside picture. During the afternoon time, the land inside became warm quickly, but the water was less warm compared to the land. Now what happened outside? Outside the land became quickly hot, yeah, and the water was warm only. Water was not hot, water was warm, but land became hot. Okay, now we'll see what happened in the evening. Evening time the temperature is cold, is it, compared to afternoon. So land in the first picture, that is inside the house, the land became cold quickly, which had become warm, no, it quickly became cold, and the water now it became slightly warm. Yeah, but outside the house, children, the land which was very hot became now very cold and the water was warm only. Yeah, so from this what do we understand, children? That land gets heated quickly and cools down quickly, but water takes time to heat and time to cool.